Hey guys, Chris here with another Harbor Freight tool review. I have just purchased this 8-inch bench grinder. It is a 3/4 horsepower motor, 3,450 RPMs max, 115 volts, 60 hertz. So it comes with a coarse grinding wheel and a more fine grinding wheel. Of course, you can get wire wheels and other, like a buffing wheel, and all kinds of different accessories for these things. They have covers on the end with Phillips head screws, so you take these off to remove the wheel. And when you go to remove your wheel, keep in mind, since this is something that spins clockwise, like anything that spins clockwise basically, it has a left-handed thread on it, which means to loosen it, you're actually turning it clockwise. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey doesn't apply to this. Same on this side. And it's got tool rest here. This one has a little slot here to put like a screwdriver or other small thing that you're grinding in here to hold it. This one doesn't have the little groove. The tool rests they do what they need to do. They're a little flimsy, but they still work. These you got to be careful about. I've heard and I've seen in the reviews that these things break pretty easy. When you get it out of the box, this plastic here is separate from this clip. So you have to clip it on, and you just got to be careful when you do that, and careful when you slide the plastic on. But mine haven't broken yet. I've just been pretty careful about them. I think as long as you're careful and don't bump into them or slam them down or treat them too rough or anything, then they should last. But if not, you wear safety glasses anyway when you use this. So also, I have got the bench grinder stand. This is the one that was like originally $29. I think it was $27 or something when I got it. This bench grinder does bolt directly up to the stand. You didn't have to modify it or anything. Note, the stand didn't come with any bolts, so you're going to have to supply your own nuts and washers and everything else to bolt it down. But it's pretty simple. This tube is somewhat weak. When I was tightening it down, you can see how it actually, my fiance was tightening it down, so you can see that even a girl was able to bend that. But it's solid. I mean, it doesn't wobble or come loose or anything like that, so it does its job. Now I'll put you on the tripod so you guys can see this in action. I'll just turn it on and let it run a little bit. It does vibrate a little bit. The wheels aren't perfectly true like you would have with a high name brand grinding wheel, I guess. I mean, you can always just get better grinding wheels. But they don't vibrate to the point, once it gets up to speed, they don't vibrate too bad, I think. They could be better, but I mean, that's what you get for Harbor Freight. You get a little bit cheaper stuff. And I'm gonna measure the stand just so you guys have the overall length of the stand, including the bench grinder, because I had to put something underneath of my stand so I'm not having to bend down all the time. So from the bottom of the stand to about the top of the grinder, we're almost at 41 inches. So that's almost 4.5 feet there. So unless you're about 4 feet tall, you're going to end up having to stoop down with this stand. So they do have a taller one there at Harbor Freight. It's about $10 more. I still think that one was too short, though. You still would have had to stoop down with that. So what I did to solve that issue is I just got, I mean, you can use anything, a crate, piece of wood. I had this old spool piece of wood thing. I don't even remember where I got it from, but that gets it off the ground a little bit more. So this right at my height here. I'm 5'11", I guess. So I mean, I can easily just come in and eye level see it and use it and work with it. So that's something you guys will have to keep in mind if you get the stand. Now I'm going to turn it on. Before I do, something I noticed is that the bearings on this thing are excellent. I mean, when you shut it off, it just keeps, I mean, it spins forever. So it really seems to be a pretty good quality grinder. All the reviews that I've read on their website and everything are all positive. I don't think there was anything negative, maybe except for the plastic shields here snap off pretty easy. And it does vibrate a little bit, but other than that, I mean, I got this for I think $36 or $39. So I mean, a grinder for that is unheard of, really. So I'm not going to be using it for my work or anything like that, where I'm going to be using it every day. If you're going to need something like that, then you probably should maybe get something a little better. But I've read in the comments, even, you can go check it out, somebody says that they use theirs every day for like an hour and they never missed a beat. So let's get her started here. I always like to give it a little spin. Somebody told me to do that, I think, when I was in school. I went to metal machine shop, and I think they told me to spin it because it's not as hard on the motor. So that's something you might want to do. Just give it a little spin and then turn it on. But you can see, you'll see the vibration and everything. There, it's vibrating. That's about it. I mean, the stand isn't moving or anything like that. That little, I must have adjusted the tool guard, and I think I adjusted the one a little too close because it was hitting on this side. But there you go. I mean, the stand isn't moving, it's not walking all around or anything. I just have that piece of wood under there to kind of level it off, because without that wood, the wooden stand that it's sitting on, it would be leaning over to the side, so I just put that underneath there. But it runs pretty good. I mean, it has some vibration. That can be solved with better wheels, probably. So once these wear out, I don't think I'll get the wheels at Harbor Freight again. I'll probably go to like Lowe's and get something like a name brand wheel. But I'll let you see how these spin after I just turn it off. When it's going down from its top speed and building up speed, it vibrates the most, and sometimes it does move. It didn't there. But I think somebody else even said in the comments that they timed how long it spins, and it was like 4.5 minutes or something like that. So they do have good bearings in them. They just keep going and going and going. So they're starting to rock a little bit, and that's all because of the wheels. They're just cheap grinding wheels. And they also do sell, I got one of these, I think it was a couple bucks, grinding wheel dresser. It's like $2.99 or something. You can use this to dress your grinding wheels, get them clean and get them true. You can try to, if you used it a lot and they're misshapen, you can use that to bring them back. So they do sell those there too. I went and got that yesterday. I've only used this to fix one of my flathead screwdrivers. The tip was busted off, So I just kind of evened it up a little bit, and I mean, so far it worked good for that, and I used it for this one as well. This one was also broken. So I haven't used it to sharpen anything. I probably will use it to sharpen my lawnmower blades, but it works. I mean, it works pretty good. I did get a wire wheel from Harbor Freight as well, the brass one. It was like $10 for the 8-inch, and it just vibrated too much, and all the bristles were sticking out the sides, and they were hitting the guards, and when you would shut it off, it would almost come to a stop within like a minute or less because it was hitting so much. And I didn't want to wear out the motor or anything, so I just ended up taking that back, and because I figured I'm not really going to use it anyway a whole lot. So I exchanged it and got the wheel dresser that I showed you and a couple other things. So it's still spinning. You can see how true the wheel is, and that's why it vibrates. It has some side to side. I think that one's worse than that one, but that one does still have a little bit of side to side. So, I mean, for $39, you got yourself a pretty decent sized grinder. They have other ones. They have a really small one, like miniature grinder. They have 6-inch up to 8. I think 8 is the biggest they sell. And just make sure if you're going to get one that you get a 3/4 horse, because a lot of their other ones are half horsepower. And on the comments I've read, I haven't gotten one to test it, but from the comments of people that they left, they said it just didn't have enough oomph. So you might want to consider, and this might only be the one that has the 3/4 horse. I'm not exactly sure, but just if you're going to get one, try to get a 3/4. I think you'll thank me later, because I've seen very many comments in there saying that the half horsepower is just not enough. So yeah, you can see got the tool guard a little too close to the wheel. I might have to adjust it or just bend it out a little bit since it's there. I just bent it out since it's pretty flimsy metal. So there it is, the Central Machinery 8-inch bench grinder and the stand. I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't gotten to use it a whole lot, so we'll see how it holds up. But if you guys want to ask me in a couple months or so how I like it, I'm sure I would have used it a little more by then. So there it is. Thanks for watching.